Yo, what's up, Taurus? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of May 2018. Taurus, a lot of important astrology going on. Once again, we've got a new moon, which is going to be occurring mid-month in your sign. And then we have Uranus, which is going to be changing into your sign. It's going to be there until April 26, 2026. So that's a long time. I mean, this is an epic chapter that's starting for you, Taurus. And Uranus is going to be shifting back and forth and retrograding. I'm going to get more into that later before it actually fully goes into your sign. But it's kind of dipping its toes into your sign right now this year. And I'm going to talk about that more later in the forecast. But then we also have a full moon that's going to occur at the end of this month. And the sun is going to be in your sign throughout the month of May, Taurus 2018. For the first 3 weeks, it usually is. And this is the sun being in your sign like it really never has before, because now you have Uranus shifting into your sign, and this whole new chapter. But this is really going to bring a fresh start to who you are. Like I said, I'm going to talk about that more later in the forecast, but the sun's going to shift on May 20th. It's going to move into your area that has to do with your income, with your money, with your finances. So you're going to have your mind on your money a lot more following May 20th. But those are the main themes for you, Taurus, for the month of May 2018. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat, on May 1st, Venus will aspect Saturn, and this one is sort of interesting. It has to do with some adjustments being made. Potentially they might have to do with monetary adjustments. If that's not the case, then maybe this has to do with you making adjustments in the area of where you earn your money. And these are diplomatic exchanges, because Venus is very diplomatic. So you're really, whatever you're doing on May 1st, potentially you're really smoothing a situation over, potentially. And for others of you, I'd say this is a pretty specific example, but some of you might be, there's travel related expenses there. I know that's very specific, so obviously not all of you are going to see this aspect resonating that way, but some of you could see some sort of travel related expense type of situation happening right around May 1st for you. Now, others of you, this has to do with a restructuring of your perception of spirituality. And this is a very gradual process, because Saturn is in this area for you that has to do with spirituality. And it's going to be in this area until December 2020, so that's quite some time. So you have this really slow, gradual restructuring that's happening regarding spirituality. Now, for others of you, once again, another specific example, but you might see right around May 1st some sort of development regarding a faraway place, or potentially has to do with a foreign culture, but it's going to resonate differently for all of you. Obviously, it's not going to be the scenario for all of you. On May 6th, the sun will aspect Neptune, and this one's interesting because Neptune's in this area for you that has to do with technology. So Neptune alone in this area for you would see you being a little bit more incognito on social media. Like maybe you're like going around social media, nobody really knows that you're checking out their pages and doing whatever. But with the sun in your sign on May 6th aspecting Neptune, now this is making you more visible. So this is making you more transparent when it comes to your either the way you operate on social media or the way you use technology. So, potentially some of you could become more visible than you ever have before right around May 6th when it comes to social media or technology. On May 11th, the sun in your sign once again, and it's going to aspect Pluto this time. Now, this is interesting because Pluto is more about depth. So Pluto's in this area that has to do with spirituality in your life, just like Saturn. Saturn's obviously, going to be there only until December 2020. Pluto's going to be there for a little while longer. And this Pluto is transformation. And this is extremely gradual transformation, because Pluto stays in signs for a long time. It's going to be in this area for, at least until 2023. I think, 2023, Pluto will be in this area of spirituality for you, Taurus. So this is a gradual transformation of your spiritual beliefs. Pluto goes deep, so this is going to go to the core of what you believe spiritually. Now, once again, for others of you, this could have to do with faraway place or foreign culture. On May 15th, there's a new moon in your sign, and this is a new moon that's it's really incredible. I mean, usually when you have a new moon in your sign, it's like, yeah, this is a new chapter for you, Taurus. That's awesome. But now this new moon is accompanied by Uranus's shift into your sign. I mean, this is extremely rare. Uranus is going to go retrograde and back and forth, and I'm going to explain that in a second. But ultimately, it's going to be in your sign until April 26, 2026. I mean, this is a whole new chapter for you, Taurus, like never before. So the way a new moon works is, yeah, the new moon's going to hit on May 15th. The 6 months that follow May 15th, new developments about you, Taurus, are going to start to build in your life. But I mean, with Uranus's ingress into your sign, this is just opening a whole new chapter like never before. And Uranus is all about technology and innovation. And what it's going to do, it's going to move into your sign on May 15th. And then on August 7th, it's going to retrograde in your sign. It's going to actually retrograde so much that on November 6th, it's going to move back out of your sign and into this area that has to do with secrets, it has to do with the esoteric arts, it has to do with completion. So a lot of different stuff there, but it's going to retrograde in that area, and then eventually next year it'll start to move forward again, and then eventually it'll permanently move back into your sign, where it'll transit until April 26, 2026. So this is an incredible influence, because some of you, not all of you, but some of you are going to become like really futuristic. I mean, you're going to be involved with technology and social media like you never have before. This is going to make you more innovative. I mean, Uranus being in your sign, this is going to make you more outside of the box than you ever have been before. I mean, and that's great, because that's a way to give yourself a competitive advantage in life. I mean, everyone's going to be wanting to go this way, and you're going to be like, aha, and then you're going to go this way. So you can really use this to your benefit, Taurus. Now, the only issue with having Uranus is in your sign is the unpredictability aspect of Uranus. So Uranus is the planet of the unanticipated. So with it being in your sign, there could be more moments between now and April 26, 2026, where things are a little bit more unpredictable than they usually are. Some people embrace unpredictability. You're somebody that likes structure, so this is going to maybe teach you to be a little bit more flexible, because you are the sign of the bull. You're a little bit, you're more stubborn. You're more like want to just be like you're what's considered a fixed sign. So, with Uranus, this planet that just wants to make things change and go, wherever way it wants to go and be rebellious, then, some of you might feel this a little bit, uncomfortable at times. But overall, I mean, this is really going to bring a level of ingenuity to you like you never had before. And I really think it's going to help out your overall situation. On May 18th, Mercury is going to be in your sign, and it's actually going to be aspecting Saturn. So, this is conversations regarding spirituality. Where Saturn is, it also has to do for you. It has to do with faraway places and foreign cultures. So I don't know I'm not saying all Tauruses are traveling in the month of May, or, some sort of exchanges going on regarding a faraway place or a foreign culture potentially of some sort. But for some of you, I am seeing a little bit of that in your life right around May 2018. You have to see how that's resonating for you. It's very specific. Not all Tauruses are gonna experience that. For other Tauruses, this has to do more with spiritual enlightenment. On May 22nd, Jupiter is going to aspect Chiron, and this one is like either you or somebody you're in a relationship with. You're just making too big of a deal out of something. I don't know what it is, but whatever you got going on in your life, Taurus, with you and your significant other, potentially, because this kind of suggests some sort of behind the scenes exchange. So, some of you might be feeling like way too sensitive about something. I mean, that's what Chiron does. So Jupiter's going to aspect Chiron May 22nd. And some of you can get really, potentially Chiron's going to make you a little bit too sensitive. Or if it's not you, then somebody in a situation with a one-on-one situation in your life, potentially someone is going to be feeling a little bit more sensitive than maybe they should. And then May 26th, Venus will oppose Saturn. So you have Venus and Saturn on the opposite ends of the sky, opposing each other directly. And this one, once again, I mean, like I said, some Tauruses, something about faraway places with your life in the month of May 2018. If it doesn't have to do with that, some of you might have some sort of potentially a foreign culture, or someone who's from a foreign culture who's present in your life. And, you might see this a little bit around May 26th. Or, if they're not from a foreign culture, like they're from a faraway place potentially. And, for others of you, this has to do with spirituality, and Venus is there, and Venus is adding creativity to the mix. Venus is adding diplomacy to the mix. On May 29th, there's a full moon. And this one could bring some change. I mean, full moons bring some changes sometimes. So, or if it's not a change, potentially it's a development of some sort. And this could be a development of some sort, and it has to do with a shared resource situation. So who do you share your resources with? Who do you share your finances with? There could be a development or a shift of some sort following the full moon on May 29th that has to do with this area of your life. For others of you, potentially, like if you don't share your resources with anybody, maybe this has to do with a business deal of some sort, or a business partnership, or potentially it has to do with a contract of some sort. But it's going to resonate differently for all of you. You're going to have to see how it resonates specifically for your life. But thank you for watching this video, Taurus. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Instagram, Gregory Furlan Astrology. Thank you for watching. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time.